Hi, everyone. It's Diane Evans with stampinwithdiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the interior of British Columbia. So if this is one of your first times joining me, welcome. I'm so glad that you have found me. Make sure that you do share my videos so that others can find me as well. Now, if you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe just down below here somewhere. And if you're on Facebook, just make sure that you've given StreamYard permission. This is part of my weekly live that I do every Monday, which could be a 3D card, or it could be, a 3D project or a fancy fold card. And my whole purpose of doing all my live videos is to show different people how and to give them the confidence that they they basically may need or whatever to create on your own. So I am so glad that you joined me. Now, also beware if you're watching this on a replay that I may be talking to different people as we go along. And the reason being for that is they may have questions also that you may have as well. Awesome. So welcome. Hello, Marjorie. In any event, I'm going to show you something. I had my retreat last weekend and I made a bunch of pillows / table gifts. And I want to show you some of those projects on what to do. Hello, Jan. Now, I am using the Magical Winter. I'm just going to go right down to the thing here. The Magical Meadow, which is part of the Winter Meadow suite. And this is the suite that we're using for a stamp camp. Now, if you are a demonstrator, this is a great deal as well as anybody else. But this whole part of the suite is if you purchase a suite from me, if you live in Canada, and if you live outside of Canada, just reach out to me and I'll let you know who's doing that. But you get a package of 13 make and takes, plus also you will get access to an exclusive Facebook group, which also allows you to get 13 more alternate projects as well. It's a really good bargain for whether you're a demonstrator or not. We have lots of our demonstrators that show up. So in any event, I love this suite so much. I don't think that you necessarily have to use it just for Christmas cards or winter cards. So I'm going to show you a project. Like I say, it's one that I had done for my retreat. And then I'm going to show you how I did that. Hello, Marie and Lorraine and Caroline and Kathy. Awesome. Good morning. So, okay, this is the pillow / table gift that all the ladies received. I think it was the first day that they received it. And so I'd done this cover for it, and we had done a to-do book. Oh, you can see I've got I'm going in and marking up different things that I want to do. So I'm going to show you how to do this particular one. My whole theme for the retreat was get it done. So a lot of people were working on their Christmas cards and that sort of stuff. So all the projects were Christmas-based projects. So like I say, I'm going to show you how I actually went about to make this. Now, I got these different notebooks, and I went and I took the cover off this particular notebook. And it's like to do a list, and you can check off and everything else. But I got this, I bought these a couple of years ago, and I think you can still get them at the dollar store or the Dollarama here in Canada, probably Dollar Tree, that sort of stuff. You can get those as well. But you can adjust this to any size that you want, because I actually had received one of these books myself. And this was the book or the one I had received. And it was like this. And I just went and I made one myself to match this notebook. So this is one that I received last year for Backstage. So the way that you work it is this particular piece here, and I'm just going to make sure I've got my notes here on here. This piece is 7 inches by 8.5 inches. No, when you do this so far ahead, yes, it is 7 inches by 8.5 inches, and I've gone ahead and I've scored it at 3.5 inches, 4 inches, 4.5 inches, and 5 inches. Now, depending on your note size, you will then, what you want to do is you want to measure this so that it measures that way. And then you also want to measure these things. So if this is a 1/2 inch here, you're going to have the width of the notebook here plus the width here times 3. So like I say, it just works this way for this particular notebook. If you get a different type of a notebook, you're just going to have to go and work out some of the measurements. But it's really quite simple. I mean, if I can do it, anybody can do it, right? Who said you don't need math, right? I think card making and scrapbooking is all about math. That is for sure. So like I say, this is really nice to have like a notebook where you can just basically just go and for a list, a great little stocking stuffer. It could be any sort of thing. So I'm just going to actually fold that in like that. And then what I want to do is I want to come in with my cutter. And this is where you're going to want to have this particular thing here. It kind of helps out. But what I'm going to do, this is the front of my book or the front of my cover. So I want to cut between these 2 lines here to make it so that I've got this thing for my pen, just like this. So how I'm going to do this is I am measuring down 2 inches onto the front. So I'm just lining this up to 2 inches. Remember, it's the front part that I want it to show on, or this part to be. This is the front of the book. So I'm just coming in with the cutter part, and I'm measuring it up with this piece here, and I'm just going to cut down over like this. And then I'm going to move this down to 2.5 inches. And I'm going to slice in between those 2 ones as well. And what that's doing is that is giving me the part for the pen. And I'll show you how that works. That's probably the most. So it's just going to go like, this is going to go. So when we put this in here, this is going to go together like this, and then that is what's going to give us that extra little bit for the pen. Does that make sense? So when you do this again, like I say, you're just going to measure down from the front of the book. I measured down 2 inches, and you've got to kind of figure out what pen you're going to put in there. So I knew I had a pen that was this long. So maybe that's even too far down. It could have even been 1/2 inch, but this would work okay here. Just wait. So when you go down here, this is just coming down to this part. Whoops. Down to here. So this is going to be the front of the book, and then this is the back. Now, the other part that you want to do on the back part is where you are actually going to put glue, and you're going to glue this part down, and that is what's giving us that part for the book. So let's go ahead and do that. You know what? Do I want to do that first, or do I want to decorate? Let's decorate first. I know this is the front of the book. Kind of boring. I think it's kind of boring with going with the white. It makes a great hostess gift. You're right, Lorraine. All right, so I decided I wanted, like I say, I wanted to use that Winter Meadow. Now, I could have gone ahead, and this was the paper that I wanted to use on it. I love this paper. So that's why I used this Moody Mauve. And this piece here happens to be, oh, I thought I had this all marked down on my cheat sheet here. This piece happens to be 6 3/4 by 3 1/4. And all you do is just measure your front part of your card. Like I say, this is going to be totally different for every type of a notebook that you have. But this is a great to-do list, that sort of stuff. I thought I was going to do like a Christmas to-do list, but you know, I'm going to do this where, like I say, it's going to look more like a winter meadow. I'm using that theme. And like I say, this is what I used for the retreat. And then this piece happens to be 3 inches by 3.5, and that's just going to go right there. And I'm going with the same design that I did with this this notebook. And so this is just going to go right down here. I'm actually going to I'll do a blog post with this in the near future. I don't know exactly when. All right, so now I can go ahead and let's get this ready to put this down on here. So like I say, this front part is cut, but we want to attach between here and here. We don't want any glue to be on this part here. So we're just going to go and glue there, glue up to that cut, and then down. So just like that. And we're just going to glue that together. So we're just going to hold that for the time being. Now you could use tear and tape on there as well. Hello, Pam. Okay, well, now you're seeing how it's made. So it's just like this. All right. Then on this part here, it's going to, see, I want to make sure that's good and glued, and see, it's not really down. So we're just going to sort of hold that, or just let it sort of set. Now I went and I cut, this is the 2 1/8, I think, inch circle. And I thought this would go really good up here. I could have made this actually bigger. That would have been actually a nicer size. So maybe what I'll do is I'll just grab some basic white and my 2 3/8 inch circle. Let's try that. And we'll put that circle punch there. And maybe this one might be too big, but let's give it a try. And then that way I've got a bit more stuff to stamp on. So this is a 2 3/8 inch circle. Quite a bit bigger, but at least it gives us a little bit more to stamp on. Yeah, that'll be better. Now, this image that I really like on this particular, that goes along with this, is this particular image. And I had shown this done before, and I had done it with my markers. So I'm going to do the direct to rubber markers again. Just want to keep getting that down. So I'm coming in with my Moody Mauve. Keep wanting to call this Rococo Rose. It's almost that color. Remember, when you're doing the direct to rubber, this you can find in my technique, and the technique you can go into the Facebook group down below, the Stamping with Diane Facebook group, go under files, and it'll be on the direct to rubber technique. So I'm just coloring on there, and let's go. And I'm using the Pretty Peacock in a green, but I think the Pretty Peacock works the best on here. And we're going to then go on here. Now, the one thing when you're doing this technique is you want to make sure that you use the lighter color first and then the darker color. Otherwise, you could contaminate your marker a bit. So just like that. And then we're going to huff on it. Or, as a lot say to me, is to huff on it. Or like a Darth Vader. And I'm just going to put that right there. There we go there. Now, I think what would be really nice on here, and I'm trying to think where I put that stamp. And it was the Timeless Arrangements had something in there. I could do a for you on there, but I don't know where that is. Let's see, what other stamp set? I know I put it in a stamp set because I was using it with something. Should always put things back, and I never ever seem to. Does that happen to you? Or what you could do is do a hello friend, but I didn't leave enough space to do that, did I? Just a note. Let's see if this just a note would work. I think I could make it work. There we go. We'll make it work. Probably should have put that over a little bit more. I'm coming in with my pretty peacock. Let's see if I can get that on there. Might have to use the other side. Well, you know what? I think I should be able to get it right up here. Just a note. Just for you would be better. I'm just going to do just a note. There we go. And that can go right up there. And let's go, and we need some ribbon. So I'm going to use some of this Moody Mauve ribbon. Hi, Lila. All right, so I'm just going to come in with this. My ribbon scissors are upstairs. Not great. See if I don't have my other scissors in here. I really want to make this so it's better. I'm going to come in with my old rubber scissors. Does anyone remember those? When we used to have to cut our stamps? No, for any one of those cling stamps, we used to have to cut every one of our stamps. Did you know that? They've really made our life so much easier, that's for sure. But boy, did they ever cut rubber. Okay. So let's just go. Oh, see. I really want that to be cut up there. I don't know if I can do that. I know I just took another pair of scissors upstairs. There we go. That'll work. So I just want to put that down here. So I'm going to put that on with some tear and tape. Remember, I keep trying to get this part stuck down here. You could put a yearly calendar up at the top. That's a wonderful idea, Pam. Yeah. Oh my goodness. And I just brought, whoops, see that we want that out. I just went and purchased a whole pile of my calendars for next year. And that's already purchased. That would be great. Oh my goodness. I love that idea. I just might use that, Pam. There we go. Let's just put that up there. We're going to put that on with some dimensionals. I need 3 sets of tools. Oh my goodness. I probably have 4 or 5 pairs of scissors sitting upstairs because I always, every time I decide, oh, I'm going to do a project, I'm going to finish watching it maybe while I'm watching a bit of TV. And I probably have that many pairs of scissors up there. Trust me, I do have lots of scissors. So, all right. So let's go ahead and put that up there. And now, just like that. And now what we can do is we can go and see how that's in there. And I'm going to come in with my notepad. And I used tear and tape on this when I did this for the retreat. I'm just trying to read what Pam's saying. I just got some first year going to use them. I get mine from a demonstrator on the island. And when I was in Vegas, I picked up my ones for the end of the year. All right. Okay, and now what we're going to do is we're just going to use our take your pick and take this off. I'm hoping that this is going to go okay. I'm just going to take this off like this because I might have to try to. Oh, I got a real tickle. Excuse me. All right. So this is just going to, you just butt this right up against the end there. Just like that. And then I can just tear these pieces off here. And then I know that I don't have those stuck where I don't want them stuck. Okay, and then the pen goes like this in here. But what we want to do is we also want to go and put the pen on the inside. So I did have the piece cut. I must have done something with it. So let me just grab it. So we just want a piece that's 3/4 of an inch by 3 3/4 inches. So I'll just go and cut that there. And these pens, there is a pen that works quite well from a dollar store as well. But I did have my friend pick these up for me. And these are the Penba or the Pentel RSVP pens. And then what you want to do is you want to curl this and put it on the inside. The best way that I found to do it is to take your bone folder. And I'm just going to kind of curl it to begin with. I got mine at the Dollarama, I think. Okay, now this is just a bamboo skewer. And I am just wrapping it around here just to get a bit of the curl. Like I say, Dollar Tree, you could have them. You can make this to any size that you want. Okay, so now that's kind of curled. And then all you're going to do is take this apart. Just like this. Yeah, it's funny because I just brought those calendars down. I'll just sort of bring those over. That's a great idea. So this just goes in there like that. And if it's a little tight, just down. And honestly, it's that simple. Somebody says, oh, that must have been a lot of work. It really was not that much work. So just like that, and see how it matches your pen there. And the idea that Pam had was, I've got my calendars here and they could go right there. Like this is not a single one. This is a bunch of them. So I'll just show you those. Oh, this is an old Stampin' Up trick. This has been around forever. So just to show you how that would work, you put your calendar right there. Is that not the best? That is a great idea. Thank you, Pam. I love that idea. So there you go. There is, I like it with this. There is the one. There's the one that I did. I did all the pens match this paper and I used a bunch of different pens. So I thought that was kind of a fun thing to do. So I'd love to see you do something like that. Like I say, I can't help you out with the pens because, oh, you know what? I know there's one more thing. Now, in color dots would go great with this, but I happen to still have some of these speckled dots. Whoops. And I am going to use these ones. These are in the Moody Mauve. And I'll use another one right up here. Whoops. There we go. There, that just finishes it off, right? So there we go there. So I hope you enjoyed that. So what else is happening this week? Where did I get the narrow notepads from? I got mine at the Dollarama, which is a dollar store here in Canada. I don't know where you're from, Mary. But I'm sure that you can get them at the Dollar Tree as well if you're down in the States. And then, of course, these pens, they were purchased for me. You can get these pens actually online in Canada through Walmart. And you can get them also at Walmart down in the States. Thank you. You're welcome, Montana. So I think probably the Dollar Tree, Mary Ellen, you could probably do quite well. In any event, there you go. Yeah, that was fun. That was lots of fun to do. And like I say, I wanted to show you that sort of stuff that you could, you know, where you could do something like that, that was from the retreat. In any event, what's happening next Monday is the card kit. So if you have put in a full $65 order with me, at one time, I have a card kit that can go out, that's going out to you. Some in the mail, some are local. But they are basically, it has to be a full $65 one. And it has a card kit that you're going to make a waterfall card. And I'm going to be doing the waterfall card. You can follow along. But those that have put the purchase in will be able to make their own waterfall card. So hopefully it goes in the mail today. So I'm hoping that they get there in time. I didn't think too clearly on this particular one. There's 18 or 19 pieces to this card kit. Won't be so hard for the month of October. I will be doing another fancy fold card. You will be getting the tutorial on how to do it and also ideas from the annual catalog. In any event, you like that, give me the thumbs up, share my video. I really do appreciate it. And if you live in Canada and do not have a demonstrator, I'd love to be your demonstrator. Take care. Remember to create, because it's great for the soul. Bye for now.